Okay, welcome back to the stream. The dinner break is over, or the action's about to start to pick up again. We've got a consolation match coming up here. This is going to be Victor Ashkenazi versus Ed O'Loughlin. This is the fourth round of the Conso. It's going to be a 7-point match. We decided to try and squeeze this one in because kind of the matches in the main bracket aren't really ready yet. We'd like to get a semifinal of the main on, but let's try and get this one. I think this is going to be a great matchup. We got two world-class players here, so let's try to enjoy this match. So Victor opens with a 6-5 and runs. Ed responds with a 3-2. Not sure if Ed's missing a checker or if it's stacked up back on his 24 point. He's only got a single checker back there. Double 4 for Victor. He's making his 5 point. Looks like a 6-4. If it's a 6-4 for Ed. Oh, I see. I missed a roll here. Ed must have also ran with a 6-5 earlier. Okay, I missed a roll. That's fine. So 6-4 for Ed. He makes his 4 point. Victor makes the next point in line. A nice 3-point board for Victor. This is a looks like a 2-1 for Ed, so he's going to make the 11, and he only wants to play with one blot, so he's going to scooch forward from the back. 3-1 for Victor. So he's got some choices here. He can attack. He's got the better board. He can attack with the better board, or he can kind of play quietly. He can come down with 3 and then diversify in his inner board with 6-5. That's the natural play. Stepping up does not look right, so it's got to be between one of those plays. So he plays the 1 first. The choice is either 10 or 2. He does have 10 checkers in the zone, and attack could work here. He has a stronger board. Ed's a little bit stripped on his side of the board, so it could be a little bit hard for Ed to improve, but nothing serious on Ed's side of the board. There's nothing structurally wrong with Ed's position. It's just Victor's got a much better position. Victor plays quietly. 4-1 for Ed, so this makes the bar. He's going to have to leave some flies because of it. Oh, and also the downside of these blots is if he gets attacked, these will become targets for Victor to pick up later. So this is an attempt to hedge Victor's Victor's checker in his back checker, but this could backfire. If he doesn't make this play, he'd be stuck doing something like hitting loose on the ace or maybe 13-8. Victor now has 11 checkers in the zone. You know, there is a kind of an argument for hitting loose on the ace just to take away some of Victor's roll. 6-2 for Victor, and maybe he attacks, maybe he tries to run. I think with those 2 blots, he's going to be tempted to attack here. The 2 point is a deep point, but he's already made his 3 points, so it's not. I mean, he's already made his 4 points, so it's not that much of a stretch. It's the second point in line, so it's not. And Ed fans, and now Victor's got at least a cube here. The problem is really for Ed, so he's going to have to count the race. He passes. It looks like Ed was down maybe 20-some pips, so I do agree with his pass. So 1-0 for Victor. 3-2 opening for Victor. He brings 2 down. Ed responds with a 4-3, and he's also going to bring 2 down. And now a 6-5. Victor can run or make his 5-point. 5-point looks pretty good here. But Victor chooses to run. Ed's also poised to make points in his board, so if this is going to turn into a priming battle, Victor's choosing to only have 1 checker back. Double fours for Victor, and he makes his 5-point now. 6-3. Ed hits. Good number for Ed. And now a 4-2. Victor comes in with the 4 and moves us forward with his 2. But now 6-2, and well, Ed was going to make the 4-point, then he saw he can hit outside. He's like, no, I want the 4-point anyway. That's the better play. So Ed points on the 4. Victor comes in with the 2, and now he's got a little bit of an opera 5. He's probably just going to hit loose. He doesn't want to get attacked while his checkers are split, and he doesn't have a productive 5 anyway. He's going to have to leave a blot somewhere anyway. He may as well take away half of Ed's roll. This is another idea. He can come out. I didn't even see this. It's getting cubed anyway. Yeah, this play slipped through. I didn't see this play. Still might have hit loose, but this is kind of a tough decision. Ed is poised to attack. He's got 1 checker partially escaped, and Victor's got 3 loose blots. So if he ends up fanning on a 3-point board here, things can get scary. Race-wise, it looks like Ed has a small lead, maybe. Let's see, what is their lead here? 12 pips? No, 12. 5 pips. 5 pips, I think, is the lead. So the race is very close. Victor is up 1-0. I think this might be a small take because of the race. Ed's only got a 3-point board, so even if Victor's hit, he can recover. Some of Ed's hits are from the 8-point, which are going to break that point. So Victor will get a lot of returns. And Victor's got the 5-point made, so he's got some structure. The 9-point can be a plus or a minus. That can become an asset or can get hit. Right now, I think it's an asset. Victor's on the clock because Ed doubled him, and Victor's not sure what to do here. This looks very tough. Maybe I should recount the race. I think Ed's up 5 pips. I think it's 5 pips for Ed. Victor is up 1-0 on the score, so 2 pips. Okay, maybe it's 2 pips. I don't know. You could be right. 4 pips? We got to vote for 4 pips? How many pips do you think it is, Ali? There's a clock, yeah. Paper on the match. So if you run out of time, you just lose. So you can use as much time as you want on a move. But if you use it all, you're done. There's a delay, though. You get like 12 seconds for each move. You don't, it's not like. Yes, this is live.
Hi, everybody.
Alan Grunwald is here with me. Aaliyah is here with me. Carter was here and he left. People have been wandering through. I'm in the breezeway between the playing room and the rest of the hotel. So every once in a while, some people walk through and I get to say hi. You can talk. You're welcome to talk.
Can I cheer?
You can cheer. Cheering is allowed. Victor does take. This does look like a close take, but it's a tough decision. Victor takes. Ed hits, and Victor does have some returns. Double threes looks pretty good. He can't hit back, but he can make another point in his board and maybe pick up a blot. Yes, that's what's happening. Ed's poised to make a 5 prime, but he still has a checker. So 6-5. What's Ed going to do with this? He can point. He can make the 5 prime, or he can run. Running is probably not the best play. He's going to be leaving too many shots, but the 5 prime looks pretty good here. That's what he's doing. He's making the 5 prime. Victor rolls a 4-2, so he can make the 4-point or he can anchor up. He is susceptible to being attacked, so he's choosing to anchor up. Double threes for Ed's going to escape and hit. That's a jokery roll for Ed. 3-1 now for Victor, so he's going to be able to get to the edge at least. And if he can pop a 6, he can sort of keep his forward position together. And then maybe when he gets a shot later, his board will be ready. He has to pop a 6 first, otherwise he'll start to crack. If he doesn't roll a 6 soon, he will start to crack in the forward position. It looks like he has maybe 3 or 4 rolls to get a 6, but we'll see. 5-2 for Ed, so a 6-2 is actually a hitter. 6-4, he gets out, so 5-5, I don't know. It is double fives, so Ed has to clear his 7. He now has a gap there, but that point needed to be cleared anyway, so not too serious. 3-2 for Ed. He's spreading out his checkers for flexibility, hoping to clear the 8-point next. Victor's building his board. He's got a 4-point board now. He's slotting the next point in line. 6-5 is a shot. Victor gets a shot. His board's sort of ready. He does have a blot in his board, but he's got broken 5' over there. His board is ready. He's ready to hit. 5-4 is going to hit. He does leave returns. Ed's still got a 4 or 5-point board over here, so this is the type of play that can get you gammon, but Victor is definitely happy to be able to hit here, and so he's coming out. He's covering the outfield, but really it's just a matter of if Ed's going to be able. So Ed comes in with a 1. Victor still has to contain that checker. He's happy not to be hit, but he still needs to contain that checker. Even after making a 5-point board here, Ed can roll a 6 and pop out. Victor has a decent outfield control, though. 3-1. He's covering up. Leah's arguing for the lift, so the checker on Victor's 9-point is really only beneficial if Ed rolls specifically 6-1. Every other 6, it's not really doing much. So maybe he should have lifted. I don't know. 5-4. Ed is breaking down, and Victor is holding the cube here. He's going to be a little bit hesitant, I think, to turn it to 4 without any direct builders at Ed's blot. He does have 7s and 8s, which kind of add up to a direct shot. And Ed's board is broken down, so maybe Victor does have a cube here. I'm not sure. And if Ed doesn't roll an immediate 6, he is in trouble. Victor can roll something harmless, like maybe a 2-3, and just bring 2 builders in. If Ed doesn't roll a 6, Victor will have lost his market. So, yeah, now's the time. Ed takes quickly. I believe this is a take. It is a 3-2, I think. It looks like a 3-2. I wasn't trying to call the number, but maybe I just did. I think he's just going to bring 2 builders in. And, again, if Ed doesn't roll a 6 here, Victor's going to be happy with the development. Double fours, and now Ed's down to a 3-point board, so Victor is more than happy to attack. 4 hits, and not sure what the other number is. It'll refocus at some point. Ed fans, and now he's going to get closed out, and Victor's a huge favorite to pick up 4 points here and take a 5-0 lead. The cube, I'm not sure. Like I was saying, he had a lot of market losers. It didn't necessarily involve hitting. All he had to do was, even if Ed comes out with the 6, Victor's got some outfield control. So. Victor's positioning for a safe bear off. A gammon will win him the match, but mostly he just wants the 4 points. He doesn't need he doesn't need 8 here. He'll take it if he can get it, but he's not going to risk. He's not going to play overly aggressive trying to pick up a gammon here because just going up 5-0 is such a commanding lead. He doesn't need to risk that lead. It's a little bit awkward. He does have some bad numbers here, but he rolls a good number, 5-2, so he's able to rip and spread. Now he's even on the top, so no bad numbers this roll. 3-4 does not get a checker off. Ed leaves him a little bit odd, but Ed comes in, so it looks like Ed is going to be able to save this G, and it's just going to be a 4-point win for Victor. It looks like. Double 5s for Victor, and Ed's basically off. So 4 points for Victor. It's going to be 5-0, so 2 away, 7 away. Victor's a huge favorite, of course, to win this match from this point. He's over 80% to win this match. Your hand goes in the wrong spot and it focuses on it and it doesn't correct. So now it went back. 4-1 for Ed, and maybe he's going to slot now. He's behind in the match. He's got to play for kind of sharp gammonist. Oh, but Victor is crushing him with a double 4. This hits twice and makes another point in his board. Victor's not going to be cubing this game. He's going to be playing on for the gammon. He wants to win 2 points and just end it. He doesn't want the cube to get involved. This is a great way to start the game at the score, is to just start punishing your opponent right away. There's like no pressure at all. Your opponent has no points made. He's got 4 checkers back. You can play comfortably. You can blitz comfortably. Victor is not able to hit though, so Ed's got an opportunity to kind of anchor up. I guess he didn't do it. I guess he wasn't able to do it. He rolled a 5-3, so his back men are just kind of frozen. It's kind of a bad roll, I guess, for Ed. He really wanted to establish an advanced anchor, and now Victor's back on the blitz with a double 4. Ed really needs to anchor up. If he anchors up on the 3, he's going to have a game. Oh, he does anchor up, and he hits. So Ed's got a game. He's got a back game going. The 3-6 is a fan. Not so serious though. Victor doesn't mind letting Ed try to play this forward because at some point Ed's going to have to make a decision if he's going forward or back. The 3-point is kind of deep. It's not going to lend well to a back game, but it's playable. It's playable. 5-2 maybe. If that's a 5-2, it's a kind of an awkward number. He's probably just going to have to run around. Maybe it's a 6-2. Oh, it's a 1-2. It's a 2-1. Okay, 2-1. What do you do with 2-1 here? He would definitely like to take away Ed's opportunity to make that bar point. That bar point is going to act as kind of a bridge for Ed's back checkers to kind of connect into the outfield. So Victor would like to take away the possibility of Ed making that point, but the problem is he has to break his 8-point to do it. He really doesn't want to have 2 loose checkers over there and have an accident. So he's gonna make Ed have to roll one of those numbers. Ed rolls a double 1. The timing isn't very good, I don't think, for a 1-3, but a 2-3 maybe he can time this a little bit better. So I do like that he's moving up with to the 23-point. The 2-3 game might be able to time it a little bit better, and now he's got 2 more to consider. And I don't know, he can either hit loose or slot the 5-point. One of those plays. He's hitting loose. Okay. He doesn't mind too much if he gets hit. He is going to be hit because Victor rolled a double 4. He has no choice but to hit. And I think 2 of the other 4s are going to be to make the 9-point. And then he can decide what he wants to do with the last one. I do think he wants to make the 9-point, though, and kind of hedge in the Ed's checkers back on the 22. Oh, he's coming out. Okay. He's coming out. He's So this has the advantage. You know, Ed might want to go... Ed might want to get more checkers sent back. So, you know, this takes away any opportunity Ed would have to kind of hit loose and force Victor to send more checkers back. Ed makes a 4-point here. Comes down with the 3. Okay. Ed still has not been able to make that bar point, and now 4-2. I think Victor's going to hit now. He is hitting now. 4-2. Ed fans. He's indifferent to fanning. Fanning is not so bad. Is that a double 5 or a 5-4? 5-4. You have a better angle from over there. 5-4. So Victor's slotting the ace point. He's hoping to get hit, and maybe. Oh, it is 5-5. Okay, 5-5. So he's making the ace. And at this point, it's full steam ahead on getting to the bear off. He's not going to be able to block Ed any longer. So it's just a matter of clearing his points now. So he clears the bar, comes down. Ed fans again. Ed has no checkers out of play, so this is a playable game for him. The gap on the 5 point is kind of a blemish. You know, he would much prefer those checkers on the 3 point on the 5 point, but at least he has nothing out of play, and he's a pretty big favorite, I think, to get a shot. It's just not going to be a game-winning shot. He's got until he closes up that 5 point. He's not going to really be threatening too much. But if anyone's going to be turning the cube this game, it's most likely going to be Ed turning the cube here. I don't see Victor ever turning the cube. He's either just playing on for the gammon or taking a 2 cube and then playing on for the match. So double ones. Ed finally is able to slot the 5. Will he get to cover it before he gets the hopeful shot? We'll see. 5-1. Victor's trying to figure out how to play the 1. He can peel. Obviously, he gets a checker off, but 6-5 prepares to clear the 6 point. He's got bad 3s and 4s clearing the 6 point, but he's got a whole bunch of those stacked up on the 5 and 4 point, so he's got lots of playable numbers here. It's really just 4 bad numbers. I guess double 4s is also a bad number. Double 4s will leave a shot. 6-3 leaves a shot. Okay, so he's leaving the double shot. Ed's got to hit it and still be able to. Oh, Ed hits and covers. That's a great roll for Ed. It's a great roll for Ed. He still has 6 or 5 checkers back. 6 checkers back. But he's got a 4 prime now, and Victor's board is cracked, and this is the type of position that Ed would like to cube because there's not too much Victor can do with this cube, and maybe Victor rolls something like that forces another checker loose. It's not the type of thing that Victor has no checkers off, so he can still be gammoned. I don't think he has a checker off. Wait, am I miscounting? Oh, he's 6-3. He got one off with the 6-3. Okay. Everything's changed. Victor cannot be gammon now. Victor cannot be gammon, so Ed does not have a cube. Sorry. Victor did get a checker off with the 6-3. It's a big difference whether you can get gammoned or not. So, okay. So 1 checker off, I think. Yes? No, there must be 1 stack somewhere. Let's see. This is 12, 13. I'm not sure if he has 1 or 2 checkers off. He play. Yeah, he's got 1 stacked up. Yeah, okay. Yeah. But, okay. Victor comes in, but he comes in on the ace, and now Ed is threatening to make a 5 prime, which Victor will not be at the edge at. So maybe now Ed's got a cube. I mean, he can't just, he's not going to win this game with the cube on 1. I mean, he's not going to win this match with the cube on 1. He's got to take a chance sometime. So he does it now. 3-2 covers, and 4-3, and Victor's board is breaking down, and Ed can just sit back there and try and pick up another blot. 6-3, so another checker into the drink, buried on the ace point, but at least not having to expose another blot yet. Victor really needs an ace.
Nice.
6-5 doesn't play. So 5-3, and Ed's probably going to slot the back. Yes, he does. Oh, there's the one with the three. So now Victor's got a decision. So he's hitting. This gets him to the edge. He cannot get Gammon. The problem is this does look like the right play, actually. I mean, this is the play that gets him to the edge. Even if he's hit, he might be able to re-anchor up there. Ed makes a full prime. But it was very unlike. And now the 1-6. If only he could have read the dice. If only he knew the future, but he didn't. So what is this? A 4, maybe a 3? Double 4? I'm not sure what Ed's counting. He's got a prime. Really, the only thing he's concerned about at this point is letting Victor anchor up. He doesn't want Victor to anchor up because then he can just kind of sit around and wait for a chance to roll a set when Ed is eventually forced to break his prime. So Ed's hitting. Victor can anchor now with an ace or hit with a deuce. He gets the ace. He's going to have to expose another checker, but he's got an anchor. Unfortunately, it's on the ace point. He'd much prefer if it was up on the 23 point, but he's got an anchor at least. Ed would like to send another checker back, but he's not able to. But Victor can't lift it yet. 5-3. Makes a 7 prime. Very valuable to have 7 points in a row. Just in case, just a little bit of extra insurance. We're joking, of course, but okay, 5-3, and now Victor is able to lift. He's got Ed's forced to put his checkers a little bit deep here. So, and now it's 6-2, and Ed's going to have to leave a shot. He's not too concerned about Victor's board. Victor lifts his last blot. 5-1. I think Ed's going to... Well, I don't know what Ed's going to do. I'm thinking he might just rip because, like, what's the downside? All he's scared about is double sixes. There it is! He's got the double sixes. I'm sure Ed wishes he ripped now. Victor's going to get both out and get a checker into his inner board. And Ed, I think, is still the favorite here, but Victor's definitely going to put a scare in him if he rolls another set. 6-5 is a above average number, and scary for Ed. He can definitely get stung here. 6-5 gets a checker off. And now I wish I can tell how many. I don't know if he has 2 or 3 off. It's a big deal if he had 1 or 2 checkers off before. I'm not sure if he's odd or even. It looks like 9. So a double 5. Man, Ed's got to feel cursed at this point. 6-4. 6-5, and I think it's only 4 checkers there. If it's 4 checkers, Victor's a huge favorite. We'll find out after this roll, I think. Yeah, I really think that's only 2 checkers, so Ed needs a set to stay alive, and he gets it! Oh, baby! Oh. Ed finds life. Ed finds life. He needed a set. I think aces were good too, right? Oh no, he had 3 checkers. 3 checkers left, so he did. Yeah, he only had 5 numbers left, but Ed's alive. Not only is he alive, he's 2 away, 5 away. He's got 25% left in this match, so Ed's very much alive. That's a gut-wrenching turn. When you get in a position like that, you just want it to be over. You don't want to have to keep playing. And when you get to that position, but Victor was lucky. Victor was lucky to get there. He did roll a bunch of sets of himself, and now Ed's got a double 3 and makes a 3-point board, and he's got his bar point. Then 3-2 must be for Ed, because if it was Victor's, he'd have played it already. Oh no, Victor came in with the 2. Okay, Victor was hit and came in with the 2. Now he has a 3 left to play. So I think he's supposed to come up. He doesn't want to expose another blot. He wants to fight for an advanced anchor, but Ed's behind in this match, so he's doubling. Victor takes, and now a double 6 is a pretty good roll for Ed. We got a little bit of lag in our stream here, but okay, 6-1 now for Victor, I think, and he's not going to be able to. He's going to have to play a checker. Oh, actually, no, he can dump to the 2 point, but there's a lot going on, and Ed's side of the board, Victor's very susceptible to being attacked here, so he might want to run out and just to only have one checker under attack. It will reduce his chances of anchoring up. Obviously, he wants to be able to anchor up. That's another way to stop this attack. But Ed gets to roll next, so Victor's got to choose which game plan is better. He is running out. He's going to try and weather the storm with only one checker back, 5-3. So Ed's going to probably hit with the 5, and he's going to have an awkward 3. But Ed's on the blitz here, so maybe he's just going to come down. And Ed really wants to win 4 points this game, so I think he's going to attack. He doesn't really have a productive way to play this role anyway, so he wants to attack. He could also slot with the 3 and go for the board right away, but maybe just coming down is sufficient. It's duping the 1. He would be leaving 1s and 2s in the outfield, but Victor needs 1s and 2s to come in. So, yeah, he comes down. This is another builder for the 4-point. Double 2s is going to hit twice and make the 4-point. This is a super joker for Victor. Big roll for Victor. I'm almost certain he's making this play, but yes, he did it. 5-6. Ed's got to come in with 1 and force something. Maybe it's a 5-4. Maybe a 5-4. Could be a 5-4 would be an awkward number because he can't move his back checker if it is indeed a 5-4, and it is 4-1. Okay, 4-1. So I guess Victor was thinking about if he wanted to hit loose with the 1, would have cost him the last spare on his 6-point. He decided to put a spare on his 4-point, and Ed comes in and gets a spare onto the 18-point, and now 3-3 for Victor. What will he do with 3-3? He can make the 5-point, but then he needs to play 1 more. If he can put 3 checkers on the 5-point, he needs to make 1 more. He can make the 10, but then where's the last 3 is really the question. All roads seem to be pointing to maybe hitting here with the last 3. If he's going to hit with the last 3, then he probably does want to lift that blot up on the 8-point. He wants to minimize the downside if he gets hit back. Ed still does have a 3-point board. Yeah, it would be duping. Yeah, if he leaves it there, he's duping 1s. But where was the other 3? I'm not sure. It would have to be 13-10. So there he goes. He's going after him. But Ed gets an ace. I don't know what the other number is, but whatever it is, it's going to be good because it's either going to come out or hit. It's a 3. It's a 3, so okay. Now a double 2, it looks like. Double 2, if it's a double 2, Victor's going to step up and make that anchor. It is a double 2, and wherever the last one has to go, it goes. He's happy to make that anchor. He can. Oh, he's hitting. That's right. There's a point there that is blurred out. But yeah, Victor still owns his 12 points, so he hits. Okay, so he's leaving returns 3s and 5s. But Ed danced, and now maybe another double 2. It is at least 1, 2. It's a double 2, and now Victor has 1 more, so he can either play 6-4, which is still a usable builder. Of course, he prefer it's more flexible on the 6-point, but it's still useful on the 4-point. It gives him a playable ace, actually, and he hits in the outfield, and now Ed gets 1 in. He anchors up, but Victor's still looking to make interboard points. The cube's already turned, so Victor does not need to win a game, and he just needs to win the game. Winning the game wins the match. So he doesn't need to play all out to close that out. He just really his motivation for making interboard points is to keep Ed from making advanced anchor.
How's it going for you?
Final 4. Down 2-1.
So semi-final.
I guess that is. I guess so. Yeah.
Good luck.
I know. It's been hard on the heart.
6-5 for Victor. He's forced to leave a shot, so he's trying to clear his point in the outfield. But Ed's going to hit it, and if he's reaching back there, it must be a 6-2. It is a 6-2. So Victor's back into Ed's gauntlet. Ed's going to be looking to attack now.
3-4.
3-4 is kind of interesting because if Ed would like to hit with the 3, but really if it's he'd like to be able to play his loose checker with the other number, and if it's a 4, he's not going to be able to. So now he has to play wide open, wide open. But again, just as the gammon doesn't hurt Ed to lose a gammon here. He's just 1-6. Victor's going to hit back. This could turn into a bloodbath. Both players have 3-point boards. Whoever fans first is probably going to get the short end of the stick. Hits Ed. Ed fans first. And now there's blots everywhere for Victor to pick up. It looks like a double 5. So this is actually not that good of a roll. It makes a 3-point, but he's not really able to hit another blot. And so Victor's going to have a bunch of returns. Victor's still trapped back on Ed's ace point. He'd like to roll a 3, of course.
4, 6, whatever. 5, 5 again?
Looks like a 6-5. 6-5, so Victor has to play again past Ed's blots, and if Ed can come in and make that 4-point, then Victor's going to be kind of stuck in no man's land, so he needs a 3 or at least an ace. It is a 3. He hits with the 3. That's the number that...
3, 2?
I'm not sure what the other number is,
3,
but
2. It's 3, 2.
I guess if it was... yeah, I guess if it was a 1, he'd have played it already, and if it was any other number, he'd have leapt out. So, okay.
All right.
Ed fans again, and Ed is anchored, so he's in this game for a while. He can't be closed out. He does have an anchor.
Oh, my God.
If he has the chance, of course, he can make a second anchor. He wouldn't mind making a second anchor.
Come out. What is it? 3?
I do see a 3, and Victor is he's attacking here. It's not so much that he doesn't want Ed to have a second anchor. He's just he's making the play that wins the most, not the play that gammons the most. But double ones, Ed will not be denied. He makes the second anchor. It is always hard to time these games. Always hard to time these games. The problem is. Well, Victor's actually already cleared his points. A lot of times what happens with the 1-2 game is your opponent has the 7 and 8 points made, and it just takes a long time for them to have to, their 5s and their 6s get dead, and it takes a long time for them to clear that point, and meanwhile you're moving your checkers around. Victor does not have those points made, so maybe Ed can time this game because Victor's going to be forced to start bearing off if he's able to get his checkers around. Right now, part of getting hit with the 1s is that Victor gets a checker sent back, and so that I'm not sure what's going on actually. Ed came in with 2 1s. I guess he's trying to figure out how to play the last ones. He's not able to hit. He's thinking maybe he wants to slot, and if he gets hit back, okay, he goes backwards. If he doesn't get hit back, he can cover that point and maybe pick up the blot that's in the outfield. I don't think he wants to stiffen up and cover the blot. He wants to stay spread out. I think he's not really concerned about being hit. Okay, he is stiffening up. He's covering up the blot. But Victor doesn't really have any bad 4s, so it's not like blocking 4s is really creating any bad numbers for Victor. 1-5 is not good for Victor. He's still stuck back behind this prime. Ed can still win this going forward, actually, because there's only a 4 prime in front of his checkers. He's positioning himself in the outfield. He's trying to contain. If Victor comes out with, say, a 7, he's got two builders to maybe hit on the 8 point. Victor steps up with the 3, and now he's got a 2 to play. He's hiding a checker on the 3 point. He doesn't want to come into direct range from the. I have no idea what that roll is. It's a smear. Yeah, the autofocus is bad.
How are they gonna inspect this?
So if it's actually the focus that's bad, then this is what it'll look like. If it's actually that the stream that I'm receiving is degraded, then it's locally captured. So it could. I don't know if it's clear or not. Like my guess is that it's the autofocus, but.
I have it on my Facebook.
Oh, okay. I really wish I knew what this number was. Ed's putting a lot of thought into it.
Normally
maybe like a 6-3, and he's trying to figure out do I hit inside or out? No, a 6-3 would just hit on the outside, I think. So what could it be? What would give you a problem here?
Let me look.
Everything gives that a problem.
I'm guessing it's probably a 6. It's probably a 6 that doesn't hit. Or it could be a double. I don't know. So a 6 that doesn't hit would kind of. Oh, it is a 6 that doesn't hit. It's a 6-4. Okay, so yeah, the problem with the 6 that doesn't hit is Ed has to choose his game plan. He doesn't. Is he going to keep both anchors and try, or is he going to try and play forward? So Ed decided he's going to try and play forward. He comes out with the 6 and makes a blocking point with the 4. He is a little bit susceptible to being attacked, but you can see Victor's forward position has gotten stripped, so he's lost some flexibility. That blockade could come in handy. It could force Victor to play something awkwardly. This is a 1. I can see the 1. I don't know what the other number is.
4.
Maybe a 4. Yeah, so 1-4 would be interesting because Victor can leap with the 4, but it would come at the cost of leaving a direct shot. So I think with a 4-1, yeah, I don't know what he maybe with a 4-1 he would safety up here and just get safety his 1 straggler, and then he does have 4s and 6s to get out next roll. The problem is Ed's going to attack, but Victor's got a 4-point board, so if it is indeed a 4-1, I think he should play it in. If it's a 6-1, now if it's a 6-1, that's a little bit more interesting because with the 4-1 he doesn't fully escape from Ed's forward position, but with a 6-1 he can leap it all and just decide to leave some. He would leave a direct shot.
4-1.
It is 4-1. Okay, so 4-1. Victor is leaping. Okay, Victor is leaping. He's leaving 1s and 2s.
Oh, you see it with a big delay. He's gonna hit now.
2, and what's the other number?
He's gonna hit now. I'm already on the real one. This is the
Oh,
real
we're lagged.
really by much.
Wow, that's so much clearer. Are you on the hotels network or are you just on?
On the hotel?
So maybe it's the computer resources on the. Maybe the computer can't keep up with the stream because they're running well, yeah, not sure what it is. But we've been having this problem all day with the blurry checkers or the blurry dice, and they come in and out. I thought it was the autofocus. Maybe it is autofocus. Maybe you're just focused better. But
I think it's autofocus.
so it looks like.
Hand on it is focusing.
Yeah, I don't know if the autofocus is out of picture or if it's that the stream has just been degraded and we're not getting a good resolution. But anyway, 3-1. So if it is 3-1, he has 2 places that he could step up to. He can step up to the 21 point, which is obviously the point Ed would like to make because would make a solid 5 prime, and he's got the 4 builders on it. He can step up with the ace and still have like 6s to get out, so it's less numbers that get out, but it's a less desirable point for Ed to attack on. Ed still has 3 checkers back that he has to. It's not like even if he completes an attack on the forward side that he's home free, he still has to leap those checkers in the back.
Thinking about pieces now.
There is an opportunity. Also, he could hit. He can step up with the 1 and hit and kind of force Ed to come in. If Ed doesn't come in, then Victor would have 2s and 6s to kind of move forward in the outfield. And it is not the end of the world if he gets hit back. The problem is if he does hit 4-1, he's only got 2s to cover, so he might not be able to cover next roll. Even if Ed fans, Victor might have to leave that shot there for another roll. He doesn't want to have to be sent back. He wants to just be able to escape. So he's coming up at the 1, and the choice is either between 4-1 and 13-10. So he's going for the hit. He's going for the hit. This is the most direct way of escaping.
Watch now. No, not now.
Oh, is it a 2-1? It's a 3-1. It's a 3-1. So yeah, Victor is not able to cover. He could have safety. He could have safety by breaking the 4-point, but that's out of the question. He's not going to give up his forward position just to cover. He's going to wait to roll a 2 to cover.
6-5.
So 6-5. If he continues with the 5, he's leaving. He would be leaving 3 blots. He can safety a blot at the expense of paying off to a jokerish double ones, but the double ones is a joker either way because it's going to make the 4 points. So maybe that checker on the maybe leaving that checker on Ed's 8 point really is kind of immune. He does get a decent spare on the 4 point. It's another direct cover for the ace, but Ed hits now. It's an ace. And I'm going to guess it's a 4. My guess is it's a 4 or a 3, and he's not sure what to do with it's 1-1. Oh, wow. So he did get the Joker 1-1. So Victor kind of duped this number. He's giving Ed a problem because Ed can make the 4 point or hit again. Ed decides to make the 4 point. I think that is the right play. So this was part of, I think, what Victor was thinking, leaving it there. He's just like, even on the Joker 1-1, that checker's kind of immune, but Ed rolled it, and then Victor wasn't able to come in, and now Ed rolls another ace, and Victor now has 2 up on the roof, and he's behind a 5 prime, and Ed's looking to attack now. He's got to be a little careful. He does need to extricate his back checkers, so maybe he wants to come up with one if he wants to attack. You know, another thing he could have done was given up the 5 prime. He could have played like 7-6 and went all out for the blitz. But he's still got sufficient attack here, so he hits with the 6. He comes in with the 1, leaving a 2-shot. Victor fans. Two 2-1 maybe, 3-1. I'm not sure. Oh, he's going to get out. It's a 6-1, I guess. I don't know what it is. I'm guessing it's a 1. It could be any number there, actually. 6-1. Okay, 6-1. Victor comes in with an ace. Ed still has not completed the prime, but now he has. Now he covers with the 4. And he's not going to sit on his prime. He's going after Victor. He's going to try and close him out. Victor needs an ace to hit. He doesn't get it. Then now Ed closes him out, and he's just going to need a 5 or a 6 within the next 2 or 3 rolls to avoid cracking. There's 1 roll. He doesn't get it. 3-1. At least it's a small number. Another small number. 3-1. But already, if Ed doesn't get out, he's got some numbers to crack. But he is able to get out with a. Oh, 5-5's coming up. It's going to be heartbreaking for Victor because it's going to let Ed escape. Oh, no 5-5. Oh, 5-5's coming up. Oh man, if this is a 5-5 here, Ed was kind of at the end of his rope there. He had some numbers that cracked, but now a 5-5 and Ed's got 1 checker off. He'd like to get another checker off before having to break his board to up his G chances. Excuse me? No. 5-3. He plays safe. 2-1 rips a checker. Victor's still stuck up on the bar. 6-4. Ed's got 3 checkers off now. And finally, Victor's off the bar. It looks like he's going to be able to save this G. 2 off for Ed. This is a 4-1. That's kind of below average. And 8 checkers left for Ed. 6-6 is going to save. I don't think Victor's going to be able to win this game. It's just going to be 2 points for Ed, and Ed's gone from a last gasp of air to now only trailing 2 away, 3 away. So 5-4. Two away, 3 away. They have not updated the score, but it is 5-4. There we go. never easy. 4-1. Ed's splitting. Guessing that's a 5-1. So Victor gets a spare onto his 8-point. His 8-point was stripped. He gets a spare there now with the 5, and then 6-5 also gets a spare on the 5-point. But Ed's able to anchor up. So Ed's able to anchor up, and now it's Victor who needs to get his back checkers moving, which he's going to do here with the 3, and I guess the other checker's a 1. He can decide how he wants to play it. He keeps going. He moves up to the 20-point. He's going after the best anchor. Double threes is it's going to point on him and make a third point in the board, so that's a big roll for Ed, and Ed's got the advanced anchor. Victor's got 2 checkers back still, and Ed's got some attack, and Ed might have a cube here. He does have a cube, and really the decision's on Victor if he wants to take this. He does take, so here we go. If Victor wins this game, it's going to be the match, but if Ed wins the gammon, he'll win the match, so it's a pretty big roll here. Looks like it's a 9. Not sure if it's 6-3 or 5. Obviously, it's not a 5-4, so it must be a 6-3. So Ed hits loose, and Victor needs to be able to hit back. He does hit back with a 4 and a 6. Okay, 4-6. So he leaps into the outfield. He's trying to avoid. He's trying to avoid being attacked inside. He doesn't want to help Ed make a 4-point board. Ed would be happy to hit inside. 6-4 for Victor. So he can make the 9-point with the 6-4. He can go quietly. He can, if he hits, then the 4 is going to have to be 15 to 11. He goes quietly. He makes a 9-point. This is a blocking point and also a landing spot. If he gets into, if he is able to escape his last checker and he has to play against Ed's holding game, this is the 9-point will act as a landing spot. I guess another 6-3. 6-1 hits. Victor hits a shot. Ed needs some 1s and 5s to hit back. It looks like a double 1, maybe. Oh, 1-6. Oh, well, very different than double 1. Okay, so 1-6. Yeah, Ed's thinking about coming up, but now Victor's got a firm lead in the race, and I think Ed wants to stay back and keep some contact and keep some pressure on in case like a 6-4, something like a 6-4. Victor would have to leave another shot if Ed stays back. So he does. He stays back. 4-1 is safe. He has to play a little bit awkwardly by putting an extra checker on the 5-point, but it's safe. He's got plenty of 5s to play from the midpoint, so 5-3. So he's probably going to have to stack up again. Ed continues building his board. Now a 4-2, and this finally gets a spare back on the 6-point where he would like to have a spare. Spare on the 8 wasn't bad either. It was that was an active builder for the bar point. But Ed's about to give up his own midpoint. Once Ed gives up his own bar point, the additional landing spot isn't as important because there's going to be less pressure on that midpoint. In fact, the bar point becomes something that Victor's going to have to clear later. So it becomes not necessarily a mixed. It becomes kind of a mixed bag whether he wants that bar point once Ed starts breaking down from the mid. So with 5-4, Ed's going to cover with the 4 and then decide between slotting the ace and trying to keep a little. Oh, 5-4 for Victor. I'm sorry. Oh, 5-4 for Victor. Oh, so Victor has a choice between clearing his mid or kind of hitting on the ace because Ed's got kind of a sentry back there guarding Victor's inner board. Victor at some point is going to have to come home. Clearing is nice though because he does have a pretty smooth position. He's got a lot of numbers that's going to improve and either make the make another point. He can make the bar point or the 2 or the 3 point. 4-3. So Ed prepares for what he hopes is a shot coming up soon. He's ready on his offensive front. If Victor's able to play safely though for a few rolls, Ed's going to have to give something up at some point. He's not going to be able to keep that sentry there forever. It's going to come at the cost of having to like bury checkers or break his board. And at some point Ed will be at risk of say. Well, his 5s are currently blocked, but once Victor clears that 9 point, if Ed rolls a 5 at the wrong time, he's going to be forced to leave from the front. So at some point, if he rolls a 3, he's going to have to decide whether it's time to step up and preserve sort of his contact there. Now he's not 6-3 for Ed or Victor? For Ed. Okay, so now is the decision time. He can run out. He can give up his sentry. Victor has made both points in front of it. It's not really guarding too much, and it will keep his board together. By running, he will be able to keep his board together for a few rolls. The problem is if he's getting enough contact from that 4 point. The cube's already been turned. He's not worried about getting closed out in gammon. He's just worried about winning the match. So if it's winning the game, if he's going to improve his winning chances by staying back there, he'll do it. It looks really tough. He's got to play a 6 somewhere. Running out from the front just looks like it gives Victor every option. So he decides he's gonna stake his defense on the 21 point. 4-3 for Victor. He begins clearing. So he's about to clear either the 8 or 9 point. Ed gets his builder in place. He's trying to close his board. Victor rolls a 6-4 that clears. He clears the 9 point, so he's got the 8 point to clear. And then after clearing the 8 point, after he gets past that hurdle, he can breathe a little bit easy. He's going to be safe for a roll or two. It must be 3-4. Oh, or 6. Oh, 4-3. He must have rolled a 4 because that's the number that doesn't clear. So with 4-3. So does he want the spare on the 6 point or not? He does still have playable 4s here, so it's not like he's going to be forced. If he took the spare off the 6 point, it's not like he'd be forced to break his 6 point next roll. Oh, double 6 for Ed, and just puts him back in the race.
Not for long.
Double 3s. Victor gets 2 checkers off. 6-2, so Ed can come closer, or he can go to the 4 point. I think he wants to come closer here. Although going to the 4 point is also a very reasonable play. If he rolls double 4s, he wants to get 3 checkers off. He does it. He goes to the 4 point. He's sensing that he's behind. He's gonna, he's not giving up too much with this play. Like, if he rolls a 1 or a 2, like he's not gonna win the race rolling 1s and 2s at this point. So he's willing to take some chances to try and cater to larger numbers. So it's a double 5. So that gets 2 checkers off. Victor's got much more checkers off, but Victor does have a gap, so he can, if he starts rolling 4s, if he starts hitting that gap, he can slow down. He does not. He rolls a 6-5. That's a great number for Victor. But Ed's still in this. Ed is still in this. Ed's got 9 checkers to get off. Victor's only got 6. And now Ed leaves a gap on his ace point. Ed will miss with aces. Victor's not missing. 2 more off for Victor. And now another set. Ed just will not die. Ed will not die. Victor's got 4 left. Ed's only got 3, and it looks like Victor misses. Oh, Ed. There must have been one stack there because oh no, I'm sorry. Yeah, Victor's got 3 left. 3 off for both players, and Victor's going to need 3s or better. He doesn't get it, and Ed's now taking the lead. 6-5. 6-5 for Ed. It's the Crawford game. It's a Gammon Go score. Wow, what a way Ed has come. He was down to his last breath. He needed twos or better just to stay alive. Victor was up 5-0. Ed needed twos or better just to stay in the match. He rolled the set, made it 5-2, and hasn't looked back since then. He's now won 3 games in a row, all 2-point games. He's up 6-5, and it's now Gammon goal. I think maybe the players are taking a break. This is not a bad time to take a break if you're Victor. He's got to stay focused. He's just suffered a pretty big swing there. Everything just kind of like a freight train turned around, and he's been suffering a bit here. And it's not so much that taking the break is going to make the dice any better when he comes back. He just wants to calm down and not get steamed up and kind of he has to focus. He's now behind in the match, but he's not out of this match. It's a Gammon Go score. He wins this. He still wins this match over 30% of the time. So he's got a lot of winning chances left, and he's just got to make sure he needs to focus and make good plays. He's got to take what the dice give him. This is a dice game. It can be tough playing backgammon, man. The dice can they can really break your heart sometimes. We're humans. We got to deal with the swings and the emotions, and it's just the way it goes. When you're a human, you got to deal with this stuff. And yeah, they are taking a break. Ed just walked by. Hey, Alex. Okay, so they're taking a break, and I guess I'm going to take a few minutes break. So I'll be back in a few minutes. I'm just going to. Okay, here we go. We're back. Gammon Go game. 5-4. Maybe it's me. Two one for Ed. He slots the 4-point. He's duping the threes that hit and cover. Victor does both. He hits and covers. So this is a great start for Victor. This is a. Oh, but Ed shuts him down with an advanced anchor. There goes the Gammon chances. So Victor's going to have to scrap it out now. There's no easy path to a gammon at this point with Ed having made that advanced anchor. But Victor has an advanced anchor of his own. He's winning this race, so he is still winning the game, I believe. And now a 5-5. So he can run all the way and only leave 5s and 8s to hit. Ed still does have a blot in his inner board, so even if Victor is hit, he's going to have some return shots. And Victor might be hesitant to hit with some of the 5s, like a 5-1. I'm not sure if Victor's going to hit with a 5, or if Ed's going to hit with a 5-1, because he would just be leaving too many blots all over the place. Now, double 5s is a different story. He's able to hit and cover. That's quite a number he found there. And now a fan. Is this another double 5? Wow. Another double 5. So this makes a 3-point board, and there's 20 more pips in what is got to be a favorable race for Ed. Two, 1. Ed's stepping up all the way. He just wants to turn this into a race. He could have played the 2 to the 6-point, but he wants to come all the way up. He wants to turn this into a race. He wants to disengage and escape that last checker. But even if he escapes that last checker, Victor's just going to sit there on Ed's 2-point and keep contact. Ed's got kind of disjointed forward game here. It's not going to be easy for him to just walk this home. This is a 6-1. With a number like 6-1, he's deciding to pick and pass. That looks like strange to me. It looks strange to put a checker on the ace point, even. But Victor fans, and now Ed must have another 6-1. So he runs out with the 6, and he has to figure out what to do with the 1. Can be dangerous to play with 3 blots. Gammon goes score. He's leaving 1s and 3s to get hit, so Victor's numbers are diversified. Ed decides to play with 2 blots. He slots the 7. Now double 2s. I think Victor's going to stay back. I think, and make the 4-point. He wants to put as much pressure on as he can. If he hits a shot, he wants to have his board in place, and it's not easy for Ed to really improve here. He's got stripped points and blots all over the place. He's got 2 gaps in his board, so a lot of work for Ed to do still to bring this home. If that's a 3-1, his checker on the 15-point is frozen. And so he'll probably play something. Yeah, he'll probably make the bar. That looks to be the best he can do. He's got to play with 2 blots no matter what. So, and I don't know what the number, but based on the body language, it looks like Victor missed 6-4, slots the 3. And now Ed's able to pick up that blot and make the 10 points. So Ed is safe now. And Ed has smoothed out his position. It's still stripped, but it's at least it's pretty smooth. He can reasonably expect to clear his midpoint this roll, leaving only a few fly shots, and then. But he hasn't done it yet, so maybe he rolled an ace. If he rolled an ace, he can get a little awkward, especially if it's a number like 5-1. 5-1 would be 4-4. 4-4 is great. So. Yeah, just make your 5-point. Play B is to, I guess he's looking at pointing on the deuce, but yeah, making the 5-point just looks very natural. If he points on the deuce, he would still have to clear that midpoint. So he could make the 4-point. That's also an option that kind of pre-clears the 8-point, but. It's not like Ed's won this race yet either. If Victor pops like a set of boxes, he's going to be happy to have kept this 8-point. So he does keep the block on for now. And his next step is he's going to want to clear the 10 point and maybe create some builders to aim at the 4. Victor has contact on his 8 point, so he can't use he can't use a 4 to make the 4 point, but he can after breaking the 8 point. He'll have a lot of times after he can, if he's able to say clear the 8 point with an ace, he'll have 3 numbers to like 3 builders aiming at the 4 point. Oh, now he points, so 6-4 points, and he makes a 5 point board, leaving just a double 4. 4-2, I think. Nope, 4-5, 4-5. So Victor can't run. He's too far behind in the race now. He can't run. He has to sit there. He has to hope for the best. Ed plays past. So Ed will have a few pick and pass numbers this roll, but once he clears that his bar point, he's probably not going to have too many pick and pass numbers. Okay, the 2-1 is pretty good. He will have some pick and passes here. He will pick and pass if he can. I think. 5-5. So Victor has to go into the race. He has to enter the race with a 5-5. Ed's a little bit more advanced, but Ed's got the gap on the 4 point, so Ed's prone to miss once or twice. So Victor might be able to catch up in this race, even though he's behind in the pips. He might be able to catch up because Ed's got the gap. 4-1, I guess. Now 4-3. Victor's starting to starting to create a gap of his own. Ed rolls a 4, so Ed helps out. And now double 6s. Wow. There's the boxes. So maybe the dice's favors have changed. Oh, no. Sorry. Double 5s for Ed. He will not die. It's been the theme so far of this match. Every time Victor rolls some great number. Oh. Oops. I'm trying to be impartial, but Aaliyah is standing right next to me, and I know who she's rooting for. And, well, she's going to know ahead of me who won. But for us, we got the exciting finish here. Victor's got 5 checkers left. Ed's got 5 checkers left. So both players can afford to. Oh, Aaliyah's cheering. Aaliyah's cheering. It must be good. It must be good. I'm guessing Victor rolls a set. Oh, I don't know. What are you cheering? What are you cheering? He's got right now. It's a kind of a 50-50 game. He's got 5-2. This is a 50-50 game. And he rolls 3-3, which I can't tell. I wouldn't have known. I'd be like, who won? If you weren't here, I wouldn't know who won. But Aaliyah's cheers confirm that Victor did win the match. He really had to sweat some bullets there, right down to the last roll. He only had
It's just 6-6.
What? Oh, sorry. That's right. It was Crawford. It was Crawford. The match is not. I thought for some reason I thought the match was over. But it was Gammon Go. It was Gammon Go, and Ed's still alive. Oops. Now we're back at DMT. Well, this has been an exciting match. This is a 7-point match. It's been seesaw the whole way. Oh, but now Victor's got out to a crushing start. He's made a quick 4-point board. Ed's stuck back on the 24 point. Then he's got 2 blots in the outfield. If Victor can hit one of those blots, maybe it's a double 3. So he can if it is a double 3, he has his choice of making a 5' or hitting. Both plays are phenomenal. So by hitting, he's taking away a lot of Ed's counter prime chances. Ed fans, and now Victor can kind of try to waltz this game home. Ed's anchored on the ace point, so he will at least have an ace point game. And looks like he'll be able to reasonably time this game. He doesn't want to get stuck on the bar, though. He wants to be able to develop a 4 position, and he starts to do that. He rolls a 4, so Victor's not escaped yet. He still has to get that checker out, so he will have some bad numbers until he gets that checker out. He'll have some awkward numbers to play. He's coming out with the 4. 4-1 is awkward. He's forced to play with 3 blots now. Ed rolls a 6-1, so he's starting a bit of a counter prime. It's not really going to be that effective if he's not able to pick up another checker, I don't think. It's just too stripped. It's just too hard to improve. He's got 3 checkers back on the ace point. He really needs to get one of those checkers into play. He needs more checkers on the forward position here to be able to contain Victor's straggler. Or he's going to have to rely on Victor rolling some kind of anti-joker, like, say, maybe
Don't say that.
maybe I can't say, but you all know what I'm thinking. So, like, Ed is slotting. He's short of material. He has to do the best he can with what he's got. So he wants to make a prime as quickly as he can. He's slotting. Really, it's just an ace that's super valuable. If every other number is going to force him to give up a point. Victor steps up. He has 6s out now. He's sort of at the edge of Ed's growing prime. Ed gets a 6. There, now we can see 6-4. 6-4 for Ed, and I think he wants to keep going. Yes. Five three. Victor is not able to hit or escape, so he's going to have to play inside. He can break the 9 point. The 9 point isn't really doing too much. This stacks up. This is safe, but also safe is to break the 9. This gets 2 fresh builders for the 2 point. He gives up a builder for the bar point, so obviously we'd like to make the bar point, but making the bar point is going to involve probably a 6, and with the 6 he's going to be jumping, so he's kind of diversifying his numbers here. He can either leap with 6s or make his deuce point. He rolls 5-1. 5-1, and now Ed was able to make a 5 prime, and he has 3 checkers to play with. So he's able to attack now with the 2, and a little bit of a decision here for Ed. He decides he's going to focus on completing this prime. He could have split 5-4. 5-4 shifts the prime forward. It's still a 5 prime, but Ed stayed back, so now Ed needs 6s to get out, or a 1 to at least split. He had the 1 before. He decided to come up. He wanted the extra number. It may end up costing him if he's not able to escape. So 5-4. Ed's positioning to keep rolling forward. Victor comes in and gets up to the edge. I think he's going to play 8-4 here. I don't see any reason not to play 8-4 here. He does it. 4-3. So Ed continues forward, but he's leaving, what is this, 6 numbers? Victor fans 5-4, so Ed is still stuck, and 5-4 is not going to improve. He's going to be able to spread out his builders a little bit, but he's not going to be able to make a point, and so Victor's going to have another chance to come in. One 4 comes in, and he can play 13-9. He's going to be playing with 3 blots, but that's fine. He doesn't want to help Ed. He doesn't want to help Ed split with an ace that hits. Ed rolls double 5s, and this is bad. This is bad for Ed. It does make a 4-point board. It's not hopeless, but he really didn't want to have to give up his 6 point. He's still stuck back there, and now Victor's kind of come in with the 2, and avoid being attacked with the 4. Only a 6-2 or 6-6 hits now. It's a 6-1. Ed's forced to come out. Oh, it's a 5-1. Ed's still forced to come out with the 5-1, and now Victor rolls a 5-1. He's going to have to hit, but Ed does have returns. He's got a bunch of returns here. And, oh, gee, he hits a return. 2-6 he hits. It's a 4-point board. Victor's a favorite to come in, but he fans a lot here, too. If he fans, it's going to be a problem. Oh, he does fan. He does fan, and Ed's now, Ed's got 5s and 6s to come out. So 2-1, he can make the 5-point board, or he can hit the second checker. He's leaning toward hitting the second checker. He doesn't want to allow Victor to just pop a 6 and be back in this game. So he's hitting the second checker. Victor pops a 6 with a 5. So Victor's fighting. He's coming in. Ed's trying to get around the board before Victor comes in. Victor's if he comes in, he's got pretty good coverage. Anybody's game still at this point. Victor comes in with the 6. And with the 5, he's probably going to have to go to the ace point. He doesn't want to make Ed's sure of coming home easy by giving him a double shot in the outfield. Kind of forced to do that. So let's see what Ed gets. 6-3. So Ed's going to have to leave a direct shot here. He can't get home with the 6-3, the best he can do is probably to play to the 7-point and minimize shots. I do think he has to play to the 7 here. He would be leaving 1s and 9s. So that's there's 11 1s and what's there, 5 9s? So it's 16 numbers. Let's see if he plays, say, 15 to 9 and then buries a checker. That looks like more. This is 3s. This is 3s and 7s. So this is 18 numbers. This is more. I think this is more. This is closer to home, so for one shot, he does get closer to home. It's an easier position to clean up. Being hit is not, it's pretty bad, obviously, for Ed. He wants to minimize his chances of getting hit, but it's not fatal. Victor still has a blot on his board, and it's only a 4-point board. A lot of times, though, Victor is going to be able to hit and cover. And sometimes Victor will be able to hit 2 checkers. If he makes a play like 9 and 12, there'll be numbers that hit both checkers. They're going to be duped with the numbers that cover. So maybe that's a significant part of the calculus here is that getting hit twice is going to. Oh, Ed's running out of time. Look at that. I didn't even notice that. But Ed's running out of time here. He's got 12, 11, 10, and he's just zoned out. Ed's going to lose on time. He lost on time. Victor points it out. And that's it. Ed just lost on time. He got into the tank. He was trying to figure out. He was counting shots. He was trying to figure out this number. I totally understand. I've done this myself. I've lost on time. This happens. It's the game is so painful. This is just another painful way to lose the match. It's kind of a shame, but these are the rules. These are the rules we play by, and Ed loses on time. Just for fun, they're going to see what the next roll is. And, if it's a 4-2, then Ed would have definitely played there. It's too bad. Victor advances. I kind of wanted to see the end of this. Anyway, that was an exciting match. It's a shame the way it ended, but those are the rules we play by. I'm going to end the stream now. We're going to try and find another match for you in a little bit. So hope to see you back on the stream here.